at the university with Rigathi Gachagua in 1987, even though he was ahead of me. I believe he was ahead of me 2 years. Rigathi Gachagua does not represent transformation, can never transform anything. Rigathi Gachagua is William Ruto, basically, because he supported Daniel Arap Moi's one-party state. Okay? He supported it in 1987 when many of us were campaigning against it. He supported that throughout his life, and he's still supporting that. That's why he's with Matiang'i. Anybody who is working with Matiang'i in one group, there is absolutely nothing that they can do to change the political structural environment that I'm talking about. So his only grievance is that William Ruto kicked him out of government, not because the system is bad. Many of these people do not want to adhere and implement the Bill of Rights, adhere to the Bill of Rights and implement the Bill of Rights. Many of these people do not care about defying court orders. Many of these people do not really care about looting, because if you actually audit their wealth, they would not be able to explain how with their meager salaries, they became billionaires in dollar terms. So the so-called opposition is a joke, the same way that Ruto is a joke. I believe in revolution. I believe in the structural transformation of Kenya. And that's what I believe the revolutionary Gen Zs have been working at. And that's what I support. I don't support the jokers.
Okay.
Because this country does not belong to Ruto, the looter, liar, and the terrorist who is terrorizing Kenya and his regime. And the group that basically are on the other side were part of this team, essentially, ideologically, politically, economically. These are transactional actors in the Kenyan political environment. They are merchants of impunity. Now, the only other side, because you are trying to, the question implies that these are two sides. They are not two sides. They belong to the same side. This is almost like a palace disagreement. So members of the palace disagreed and are now fighting over the spoils. But we have the real alternative, the people. We have the exploited. We have the majority of the people who are the victims of this oligarchy. That is the solution. It doesn't have to come in the form that many of you are used to, because many of you are used to this briefcase outlets called political parties, which are transactional instruments. Those are the ones that you see as alternatives. When Che Guevara and Fidel Castro led the Cuban Revolution in 1959, many people talked just like you. They said, oh, which is the group that is going to replace Batista? They didn't realize that these students that were considered radical and very extreme wanted to overhaul the entire oligarchical system so that they can bring a new thing. That is what the youth in Kenya, that's why they call themselves tribeless, organic, and they are also saying leaderless.
Okay.
Leaderless because if they were to announce who their leaders were or are, the state, this transactional state, will either kill those leaders or they will bribe them.
Okay.
That is why they crafted Raila Odinga to come forward, the conman, so that he can pretend that he's going to lead a dialogue or some kind of choreographed nonsense for purposes of usurping the power of the people. So I have my faith in the Gen Zs. I have my faith in the movement that is ongoing. And in the fullness of time, that movement will produce organically its leader.
Okay.
When the Burkina Faso revolution happened, we didn't know Traore. He just came after the revolution. So revolutions will produce their leaders organically.
All right. And Dr. Miguna, before we